Okay.
Okay.
Just let me know if my voice is not clear. Okay.
No, no, no. Your voice is clear. No worries. So I have done the yesterday. We have done the bank setups. I will just show you the bank setups.
Okay.
Manage banks.
Yesterday in the sense day before yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Day before
Okay.
yesterday's. Yeah, this is the one which we created. So I have used this ADP, nothing but Aditya business
Okay.
group, just for our identification. So we have created this bank. Country is United States. Bank name, bank
Mm-hmm.
code, and then for this bank we have created the branch.
Okay.
Why it is view branches? So this is the branch which we created, and then we just entered the routing number, nothing but IFSC code.
Okay. You just entered it like randomly or it is named by.
Randomly,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but it is having some validations. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I did is Bank of America
Okay. You searched and entered
sample
it as valid one.
routing
Okay.
routing number, and then I got from this
Okay. Okay.
from the Google I have taken, and then I have updated this.
Okay.
Now if I go to view accounts, I could see the account which we created. The account which we created is BOA US Bank account ADB, and I have
Okay.
enabled this for payables and receivables.
Mm-hmm.
So this checkbox is, if we don't enable this for payables or receivables, we will not able to use this bank account for any payments and for any receipts which we receive
Okay.
from the customer.
Okay.
And then if you see here cash account, I have added the BOA cash account in our chart of account values, and then I
Okay.
have used this for cash
Mm-hmm.
account, and then same thing for cash clearing account.
Okay.
Okay. Now if I come down here, I have added the payable documents, nothing but our checkbook.
Okay.
For example, I will click on edit. See, payment document is
Yeah.
this.
It's okay.
Format is standard check format, which is a standard one which is available in the instance.
Mm-hmm.
So I have used the standard check format, and then I gave the first available document number as a 1, and checkbook start number as a 1, and end book as a 1 lakh.
Okay.
Okay. Now we need to assign this bank to our particular business unit. Then only we will able to use this bank. So for
Okay.
that, I go to business unit access. I'll click on edit.
Mm-hmm.
I added our business unit, and then I provided the cash account and cash clearing account. In the payment method also, I have choose to check, and then payment document category as a check payments.
Okay. Like sorry for the interruption. Like I just want to know, while
Mm,
creating the supplier, there itself, like while entering the contacts and bank details and addresses,
mm,
there also we can create a
mm.
bank, right? So
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
we
that,
are doing
yeah.
here, we can also do there, or we should do
No, no,
this
no, no. There is a
separately.
difference. There is a
Okay.
difference. The
Mm-hmm.
bank account which you create, that is for supplier bank account. It is not our bank account. This is our bank account which we going to use this bank account for our payments.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
there is a two
Okay.
concepts: internal
Yeah,
bank
I got
accounts,
it. Yeah.
external bank accounts. So that
Mm-hmm.
is a external bank account which we create for our supplier to make the payment for his bank account to
Okay.
his
If
bank
the
account.
Okay, if we have all the details about the supplier, including the bank account, then we'll add that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah. So this
Mm-hmm.
bank account is for our to make the payment or do the transactions.
Okay, fine.
Okay, now I will save this, save and close. Now what we will do in this, let me query that supplier, and then we will create a supplier bank account as well.
Mhm.
So this is a another user. I will go to edit.
I've also created a supplier which
Okay,
has a name Tata Groups.
okay, good, good.
So, but
Do you?
after, yeah,
Hmm.
it's okay. I'll come to that later.
No, that is fine. But You are
Uh,
able to create the supplier or you faced any issues?
yeah, I created the supplier sites, everything I did that, and while creating the invoices, I did everything. But
Mm.
there itself, like when putting that where like mm, okay, there while creating it and we post it right where create
We'll
journal and post journal in the sense that
yeah,
thing
yeah.
no yeah
Mm.
there itself when I put that it says some balancing is not like it is not balanced maybe that
I will check.
yeah second balancing and third balancing that might be not correct I think so.
So
Hmm.
we will use this one, New York, unpaid invoices. Yes. Okay. So I
Okay.
gave the supplier bank country account number, update unpaid invoices as yes means
Hmm.
whatever invoices is still unpaid, it will get updated to this bank account.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Where I could see save. Yeah. Click on OK. Save and close. Submit. So we have made some changes. So it will go for internal approval and then it will get auto
Hmm.
approved. So no need
Yeah,
to worry about that. Now,
I think we should give that refresh option because when we
yeah,
click
yeah.
the refresh it is rapidly getting approved.
Okay, okay, fine, fine. It will get approved, no worries.
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do is I will go to invoices. I will create an invoice and then
Mhm.
we'll make a payment. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Here, I think you know about the doubt I asked you.
Mm,
Uh,
mm.
usually, we are getting invoices from the supplier, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever we have to pay any amount to the supplier would provide the invoice to us, we would make the payment. So
Yeah.
here we are creating the supplier and we are getting all the details for the supplier, maintaining sites, everything.
Mm.
So why do we have to create invoice from our end? Like if like uh, that should be sent by the supplier, right, to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly what happens is this is our business unit. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We
Mm-hmm.
have a supplier called LMW. So
Uh,
normally what happens is our purchase team identified that there is a new supplier. So
mm-hmm.
they will send us the information to AP team or
Mm-hmm.
not a, for example, we will take the scenario now.
Okay.
This is a 25/11
Mm-hmm.
2023. We have a business group called,
Aditya.
I will, the ADB.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, we have business called Aditya Business Group. Let's say this is for Alan Soli.
Okay.
Let's take your example. Okay. Now, in this Alan Soli business unit, we have two teams,
Mm-hmm.
purchasing team and AP team.
Okay.
Okay. So, purchasing team identified that Alan Soli purchasing team identified that we have a new supplier called LMW where we are going to buy, where we are going to
Raw
buy
materials or
some
some other goods.
textiles.
Okay.
Okay. So, now if for example in this business scenario, let us say that AP team is maintaining the suppliers, or let's say supplier team, there is a separate team called supplier team. So this supplier team will create only suppliers.
Okay.
This AP team will create only invoice and payment activities. This purchasing team will do purchase order receipts, those activities. Okay. Are you clear
Okay. Just
about
a
this three
second.
team?
Yeah. Yeah. Just a second. Uh, I don't know, like if my settings have changed or anything like that because your voice is getting like 1.5 or 1x speed. Okay. Wait.
Oh. Yeah. See, and we
Yeah.
now it is
Okay.
fast or
No, usually like your voice, we can like get your voice clearly, but now
mm,
it's going like if we fast forward a movie like
mm,
1.5 or 2,
mm,
like we
mm.
can see that it's something like that.
Okay, now it is fine or still it is like that?
It's like that, but okay, we can
Maybe
manage.
wait, I will. Mm, Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, so
Okay.
purchasing team will take care of these purchasing activities. This is AP team. They are
Mm-hmm.
specially to invoice and payments.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a separate team called supplier team. So now
Okay.
this purchasing team has identified this supplier based on the negotiation and something. They identified that this is the supplier which they are going to buy
Mm-hmm.
some textiles for this Alan Solly
Okay.
business unit. Okay, now they have
Okay.
requested they are requested this to supplier team. Okay,
Okay.
so what the supplier will do is they will send a mail to this LMW saying that we need to create you as a supplier in our system before doing
Okay.
any transactions. So kindly provide us your information. So in that they will
Okay.
ask about the supplier address, supplier informations like what is your GST number, what is your company identification number, whether you are a local or foreign or global. So all the informations
Okay.
they gather. Once they gather all these informations, this team in this page they will create this supplier.
Okay.
Okay, and then once the supplier is created they will inform this to purchasing team. As he told, we have reached the supplier and we have got all the information, and then we have defined the supplier in the system. This is the supplier name,
Okay.
this is the supplier
Okay.
number, and then this is the they will tell this is the
Yes.
supply name, this is the supply number, and this is the
Okay.
supply side. Now you are
Okay.
ready to do any transaction to the supplier. Once
Okay.
supplier information is recorded
Mm-hmm.
in Fusion ERP. Okay. Now what they will do, as per the requirement, they will create a PO or whatever transaction they need to do in the purchasing module.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's say they created a PO for the
Okay.
supplier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once they created a PO, this purchasing team will send this PO to LMW. Based on that only, they will provide the service.
Involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say in this PO we have a 10 quantity of
Okay.
jeans, and then 5 quantity of shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now
Mm.
they've created this PO and sent this to LMW. Okay, this has happened on 27, let's say.
Okay.
So they created supplier on 26, 26.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the supplier LMW has received the PO. Based on this PO, they are sending us the same quantity of 10 quantity of jeans, 5 quantity of shirts. Let's
Okay.
say they have sent this on 28/11/2023.
Okay.
So when the purchasing team received these goods, at the time itself
Mm-hmm.
they will receive the invoice from LMW also. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Correct?
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. Mm.
Okay. What purchasing team will do with invoice? Because they don't have any access. They are just a purchasing team. Their role is ended up to this. Once they receive the goods, the thing is done.
Okay.
Correct? So this invoice which they received from the supplier, this purchasing team will tell to AP team saying that we created a PO. Supplier has delivered the goods. This is the invoice to the AP team. Now AP
Okay.
team what they will do is AP team will ask what is the PO you created. They will tell PO number is, for example, let's say
Okay.
PO number is 100.
Okay.
Okay. Now AP team will come to this and then they will put 100. They
Mm-hmm.
will find they will find the PO which they created for this quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they will create a invoice in this screen
Okay.
because LMW has provided the goods as per our PO. They will check whether in the AP team when they create invoice with this PO number, they will check whether the PO quantity and then in whatever we see. See, this is the PO which we created. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on this, supplier sent.
Goods. An invoice.
Based on this, LMW has sent a invoice, right?
Yeah.
LMW has sent a invoice, right? There will be some document for that, right? In the document also they will mention the same 10 quantity of jeans, 5
Yeah.
quantity of shirts. Correct?
Yeah.
So this invoice copy only this purchasing team will send this to AP team.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Now, this invoice copy, this purchasing team will give it to the AP team. Okay. By
Yeah.
seeing this invoice copy only, AP team will enter all this information in the invoice screen. Correct?
Yeah.
They will enter PO number as 100, and then they will choose the uh,
Business
business unit, and then once they choose the
supplier.
PO, our supplier will come automatically, because in
Oh,
this
okay.
PO itself there will be the supplier name. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So now once they enter this invoice, what they will do, they will validate this invoice, and then they will make a payment to this invoice.
Okay. Where will be the mapping done? Like if we put the PO number automatically,
That
all
is
the
a
details
no,
get
no, no.
entered.
That is
Yeah.
not a mapping. That is a standard functionality. That is
Okay.
how system works.
Okay. Okay.
For example, I will remove this PO. Let's say whether we have any. There is a no mapping such that.
Okay. Mhm.
So if I search with 1%, I could see these are all the purchase order created for these suppliers for these BU.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So let me choose one purchase order. Click on OK. If you see, then all the information will come automatically.
Yeah.
See,
Use gas and electric
I'll
gas.
yeah. Now I will go to match lines. Let's say invoice 001, and I will just put amount as one because I don't know the PO amount as of now.
Okay.
Invoice group ADB. I will go to match lines. PO number is okay. This PO has a no lines. For example, if this PO has a some lines, some amount means if I go to match lines, here I could see the lines so that I can choose that line and then I will click on OK.
Okay. You mean as if amount is like
Available in
ex-
that PO.
uh,
Available in that PO.
mhm. Okay.
Because in our BU we don't have any purchase orders.
Yeah.
Okay. So once the PO is matched with invoice in AP, we will create that invoice and then we'll make the payment to that particular supplier. This is PO scenario. Let's say we don't have a PO scenario. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say this AP team is manually entering the invoice for some other expenses like telephone or advertisement or some miscellaneous expenses.
Okay.
Okay, so in that case, let's say they have received the landline internet bill from their internet provider, which is ACT. So
Okay.
ACT provided invoice for 3 months bill
Okay.
for October to November 23. Amount is 2000 something like that. So now
Okay.
what this AP team will do? They will go here. This is a manual invoice, so they will not choose any PO number. Here they will choose
Yeah.
ACT supplier, and then
Hmm.
they will put invoice number which the supplier has provided, and then they will enter the same invoice number. Let's say that is ACT invoice 001
Okay.
2000, and then they will enter the 2000 year. They will choose the, since we don't have ACT, will take LMW only.
Okay. Okay.
So they will come here, they will enter this 2000 here, and then they will make the payment. So once they make the payment, what
Hmm.
happens, that supplier will receive the payment.
Yeah.
So now why we are doing this is, let's say if you are having a supplier for 200 300 suppliers, you may receive many
Okay.
invoices. Correct?
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
accounts payable is for that only. So those things you will create as an invoice and then you will make a payment. It's not that for all the invoices you will make a payment immediately. There are some payment terms, right, which you agreed.
Yeah.
So based on that, if you want to take any report like what are all the invoices outstanding, what are all the suppliers which we need to pay, so for those only we are using this accounts payable for all the supply related invoice and payment activities.
Okay. You
Still
mean
you are
like we
not,
also
yeah.
receive invoice from the supplier and
Hmm.
we have to create a invoice
Yeah,
from our side and we make
yeah,
the payment.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yes, yes. Then
Okay.
only we,
For every invoice we're getting from the supplier, we create a
mhm,
invoice from our side.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So now what we will do is I will just create one invoice,
Hmm.
LMW invoice 005 2000. I will enter the line amount as 2000.
Also, you said like if we receive hundreds of invoice from all over the supplier we are getting contacted with,
Mm.
so we should create hundreds of invoices like
Yes,
this. Okay.
yes, yes, yes. That is the
Mm-hmm.
job of the AP user.
Okay.
We also have some automations like we can load the invoices using spreadsheet also.
Mm-hmm. Okay, is there
Okay.
any option like if the supplier can access this, like particularly for this some kind of any like uh, any access, if the supplier have has any access,
Mm.
like they can directly put the invoice, like upload the invoice in this application so
No,
that
that
we can
is a
directly
yeah, there is a separate module for that. That is called iStore.
oh, okay.
We have a Flipkart, right? Flipkart,
Yeah.
Amazon. In
Hmm.
Oracle also we have a one module called iStore.
Okay.
So that iStore has that functionality.
Hmm.
Oracle iStore. This is a separate module.
Okay.
See, Oracle iStore is a powerful tool that allows businesses to create and manage online e-commerce.
Okay.
So if you are doing e-commerce business, then
Hmm.
you will purchase this Oracle iStore. You will
Hmm.
give this access to your suppliers. They can log in and then they can order the products whichever they want.
Okay.
So they can also create once they order the product, invoice will be automatically created. They can see whether that invoice is paid or not from their login.
Okay.
So this Oracle iStore module is a separate module. There will be a separate consultant for that, iStore
Hmm.
consultants.
Okay. Okay.
See, in Oracle, there are enormous modules actually like
Yeah.
HRMS, iStore.
Hmm.
Everything is there in the Oracle. We are a finance consultant. We specifically work for these modules. But
Okay.
after you gain more experience, you will be capable enough to learn any modules from your own.
Okay.
It's not that you cannot learn this iStore. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We have many online platforms, right? You can go
Hmm.
to YouTube and you can search that Oracle
Yeah.
iStore. From there, by seeing videos, you can learn the configurations, how this iStore works.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I created this invoice. Let's say this 2000, I entered this distribution combination. If you see here, if I drop down this, we don't have any taxes now. I mean, we didn't configure any tax module. So that is why we don't see any taxes here. If tax is there, then we will see some amount here actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now this invoice amount and the line amount is matching. That is why
Yep.
here we can see the green amount, green tick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's say I just enter wrongly.
Hmm.
Okay. See now once I change this amount here you can see right.
Yeah.
This line total is 200 but the amount you entered is 2000. So it is showing warning actually.
Yep.
So here we should always have the green symbol. Okay. Now for this 2000 you need to have a breakup. You would like to segregate under many distributions means you can do that by going
Okay.
this inside this distribution. Let's say this 2000 is there, right? This
Hmm.
1000 is specifically for one cost center.
Hmm.
This is 001 and then this 500 is specifically for another cost center 002. So
Okay.
for those things, how you can do is you can here you can create a plus. Here I will change 1000 and then here I will choose instead of default. I will choose. We don't have a cost center like what is that? Here instead of this internet we won't create a cost center like this. Here we will have sales department, HR department,
Okay.
finance department like that. So let's
Okay.
say this is a internet expenses HR
Okay.
department. Okay,
Okay.
so this will be
Okay.
zero
For
zero
that,
one.
I separately
Mm.
created like department. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe that would come under the cost
Actually,
center.
these things should come under the account.
Okay.
See, this internet expenses is not a cost center. This is the expenses. So
Okay.
these should come under this account. Here you
Okay.
should have all the departments which you have in your business, like HR department, IT
Mhm.
department, sales department, purchasing department, admin department, all these things. If you choose
Okay.
here admin department, here you will choose for admin department whether you are spending money for internet expenses or food expenses or whatever expenses you defined it here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you got it?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. Now let's say okay. I entered this 1,000 for 1 second. I will choose here. I will change this to some other telecom expenses.
Mhm.
So this 1,000 is for 001. 1,500 is for 002. My total invoice amount is 2,000.
Yeah.
I have entered up to 1,500. Remaining is 500.
Yep.
Yeah. So still I need to add the another 500.
Okay. Here, one thing is like if the invoice amount is 2000, we
Mm,
got the invoice that we have to pay 2000, but
mm,
there it is for a single expenses or a single thing we bought from the supplier.
mhm.
So there we can separate this like
With
telecom or another.
yeah, only one line. It will be have only one line with exact combinations. This
Okay.
scenario is for this 2,000 is segregated for three departments: sales, HR, and admin.
Okay.
See, it's not that ACT will provide three bills for you.
Okay. Okay.
You are having only one connection, but that connection is used by all the departments. You
Okay.
cannot
Yeah.
put this 2,000 under one department. Then that
Okay.
depart
Yes. Yeah,
then
we have seen that
yeah.
also. Yeah. Fine. Mm.
Yeah. So for that purpose, if you want multiple lines in the distributions, you can do that. So here
Okay.
the concept is the amount which you enter it here is invoice amount.
Okay.
The amount which you enter it here is line amount.
Okay.
Line amount. This is lines, line
Okay.
amount. If you go to distribution, this is the distribution amount, distributions.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say in this ACT bill itself 2000, you have received this 2000 with the two breakups in the invoice. 1,000 is for your landline,
Mm-hmm.
internet service.
Okay.
Okay. This to another 1,000 is for, let's say, OTT app subscriptions.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have to think and tell me now in the distribution in the line item you can put 2,000 whether in the distribution you will segregate this 1,000. One is for internet expenses, another one is for ott apps expenses. Then only you will know that under this 2,000 what are all the breakups, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
that only we will have the segregation here.
Okay. 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 Fine.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
under one line we can have a
Okay.
multiple
It means
distributions.
like the 2000 is overall
Yeah,
amount, but
yeah.
with that invoice we will have that separations like that. So
Mhm.
we put it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Just give me a minute.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Manish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I have entered the invoice amount, line amount, and then my distributions also.
Okay.
Okay. Now if I go to show more, you can see the additional fields like this liability account. You remember we gave it in the manage common options.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you have a tax, then we will have the tax information. Yes. This additional information, if you want to capture any descriptions, date, many things we can do it here. Okay.
Yeah.
These are not a mandatory one, but
Okay.
still we have these four tabs. Now, if we go to before validation, you can see here, right? Not
Yeah.
validated. We have created this invoice, but we have not validated this invoice as of now. Okay. If I click on this here, you can see whether we have any hold for this invoice. When this hold will be created is, let's say I entered this at 2000 and then here I am changing, I wrongly entered 1500.
Yes.
Okay,
Understood.
now my invoice amount and line amount is not matching and my distribution amount is also not matching.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now if I click on this validate, it will go to needs revalidation. Its
Yes.
system will automatically create a hold. See, needs revalidation. I will once again click on this. It will show there is a line variance and there is a distribution variance. Why
Yep.
it is showing two things is, in line we have
Not
entered
matching.
1500, but in distribution we have a 2000.
Yeah.
So now let me correct this invoice. I will just change it to 2000.
Okay.
This is not a configuration. See, this is a system functionality,
Yeah.
standard system functionality. I will once again validate this. Now it will get validated. See,
Yeah.
now it is validated in my old section also. I don't see any volts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's fine now.
Now if I go to manage installments here, I will see the bank accounts and then the due date when this invoice is due. For example, we have the payment term as a immediate,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So today's date is 11/25/23. If payment term immediate means once I create this invoice, at the time itself, this is I need to make a
Coming under
payment
due. Yeah.
immediately. Okay. Let's say if I change this to 30 days or 60 days. For example, I will choose net 30. I will
Yes.
save this. Now I will go to manage installments. If you see the due date, see,
Yep.
system automatically taking the due date after
30
30
days.
days from the today's date.
Yeah.
Okay. The
Correct.
payment method is checked. Bank account should default. I know, I'm not sure why this didn't came. Maybe we newly created that bank account, right?
No, I think yeah, but before coming to this sessions, I have tried to create this. Like I got the bank account as BOA everything.
Yeah, yeah. Don't
No,
know.
no, it is
Maybe
not showing
that
here,
that
but I
that
got
is
that.
not up. I think that is not approved still. Let me check. It is approved. Then why LMW India only, right? Okay. I'll go to edit. Sites. See, it is not approved still. Warning. 1 second, Anbu.
Yeah.
Payments check is there. This check only coming here. Anbu,
Yes, Manish.
this check which we gave in the site level for the supplier, this is only coming here.
Yes.
Go to payments, bank accounts. We didn't save that bank account.
But we did that in a separate thing, right? Like manage bank accounts there itself, like or
No, no,
we
no. Here only we
created
did.
here.
We created here only. I think it ended in error, something like that. Let me check in the supplier master. Wait, wait. Cancel this. Done.
The
Mm,
supplier main page also we can see that
wait, wait. Supplier with incomplete setup. Supplier. Why? Where I can find that?
down below that yeah, approved
Rejected.
Authorization request pending approval. Yeah, no, it got approved also.
This is a test instance, right? They are configured many things actually.
Okay, could you try that Tata groups? There itself I found that bank account.
Okay, this one,
Mm, yeah.
that is also in warning only. Check bank accounts. Yeah, you create your bank account is added, but make this as a,
But this is for the supplier bank account, right?
yeah, this is for supplier bank account. What I'm trying to
Mm,
say you is, see,
mm.
this manage installment is nothing but this supplier information only, not our bank
Yeah.
account.
Yes. Yeah.
So when we
Yeah.
create when we attach a bank account here, when we create an invoice for that supplier, the bank account which we created for that supplier, it will come automatically here,
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that this is the bank account for the supplier.
Mm, yes.
Okay, if
We
you
can
place
also
a,
make the payment method right here with the
yeah, if you
dropper.
want to override, you can override. That is not an issue. If you want to override, it is override. It is coming based on the setup which we did to default the information. Okay,
Okay.
so okay, that is fine. Let it be blank now. mm, So invoice action, manage installments. If you have a tax, it will calculate, but we don't enable any tax for our BU. So if I calculate tax, also nothing happens. Okay. Validate, we know that validate. Apply or unapply prepayments, I will explain after some time. We are
Okay.
going to do that. But if you see the yesterday session, I have explained the prepayment
Yes.
scenarios.
Yes.
I am not sure whether I have noted here.
Yeah, it's permanent prepayment
And
and
temporary
temporary
prepayment, yeah.
prepayment.
Yeah. So account coding, manage hold. Manage hold is nothing but if there is a any hold, it will show it here.
Okay.
We saw it recently, right? 2 minutes
Okay,
before,
for
right?
this particular invoice, right?
Yeah, particular invoice.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fine.
This is a old reason. This is the release reason. How it got released and what
Okay.
date, what time,
Mhm.
when it
Fine.
got old. So this also will show how this world is created. This is created by the system. See
Okay.
here, system. Now account coding and approval. Okay, what is this account coding, what is this approval is? Account coding is nothing but, for example, we entered this distribution combination, right, manually.
Yeah.
Let's say we don't know in which account we need to account this invoice.
Okay.
We'll go back to this scenario. So AP team asked us to create an invoice for this LMW based on the PO. Okay,
Okay.
but we don't know in which account we need to create this invoice. Okay,
Okay.
that time we can use this account coding functionality. Once this account coding is enabled, if you click on initiate, this invoice will be sent to another user.
Okay.
The person maybe the purchasing team. This is AP
Okay.
team. If we configure the account coding and then if you initiate this account coding, this information will be sent to purchasing team, where you need to enter this combination.
Okay.
There is
Okay,
a
they'll
some,
verify if we have entered the right
no,
one
no,
or they'll
no, no,
make
no.
the
Yeah,
right one. Okay.
yeah. If you can enter, you can enter. If they can, yeah, that's what. For example, I have all. I will show you one. I will initiate this. Actually, I have configured this account coding. Actually, it is already initiated.
Okay, you
Account,
mean there will be an approver to check
yeah,
we have entered it
enter.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and if it is wrong, they will make some
They will,
corrections.
yeah, they will make some corrections and then they will send us back.
Okay.
Once that is done, this account coding is completed. Approval. Let's say the invoice you created, it should be approved by someone.
Okay.
So if you configure the invoice approval, then it will go for approval. If you initiate this, it will go. If
Okay,
you
the
want to,
difference, oh, sorry for interruption. The difference between account coding and approval is in account coding, the person will check and if there is any correction, they'll recorrect it and send it back to us.
yeah,
In the approval itself, they will approve it is correct, something like
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Account coding is specific to only this information, distribution
Okay.
combination.
Okay.
Approval is for full invoice.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Once it is approved, then only we will able to post to ledger.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you initiate that approval, you can see it here to whom it is assigned these
Okay.
things.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay. Now, cancel invoice means if you want to cancel this invoice, you can cancel it. If you want to delete this invoice, you can delete this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, as a finance consultant, while implementing these things, we should set up who would be the approver or
Yeah, we need to ask the user whether you are using any AP approval. If they tell that yeah we have a AP approval means, then we need to collect the requirement like how they have the AP approvals. Based
okay,
on that, we need to configure. Let's say for example, uh, AP approval. Let's say HR department, and then admin department, manager A, manager B. Okay.
okay,
Your business, the project which we are implementing, they are telling that whatever invoices we receive it for HR department, once the AP user created the invoice, it should go to manager A.
okay.
Whatever invoice we create for admin department, once the invoice is created,
It
it should
should
go
go to
for
the
manager
admin manager. Yeah.
B. So what we will do is, how system will know this is a HR department, admin department, based on this distribution only, correct?
Yes.
So in distribution, your cost center is your
Choosing. Yeah.
department.
Yeah.
So here we will choose this HR department and then admin department, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So based on this, how we will configure is there is a one module called BPM,
Hmm.
business. Exactly. Wait, let's see what business process management something it
Okay.
will go to show all work list. So this is the separate module actually. BPM work list.
Okay.
BPM full form. One second. Oracle Business Process
Okay.
Management. Okay, so this is the
Okay.
module.
Okay. Okay.
Like AP, this is a separate module. In this module only, we will configure our approval related things.
Okay.
Okay, so in that configuration, we will tell that if any invoice created for this HR department, kindly create approval to this user. We will
Hmm.
create a rules.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, in so those conditions we will add, and then once this is configured, it will work as expected.
Okay.
But if you noticed, how we will enable this approval is before configuration. Before configuration, if I go to setup and maintenance, uh, go to payables, all task, manage, let's say create task, manage common options, sorry, manage invoice options. Go to manage invoice options. See,
Okay.
if you enable this, then only we need to configure the invoice approval in the BPM.
Okay. Fine.
Same thing for account coding also.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Enable account coding workflow.
Okay.
Okay, this is
Hmm.
what happens. So now I will post this invoice. Oh, sorry, I clicked
You
on.
click.
I will post this in post to ledger. Once this posting is completed, we will get a view accounting. There is a lots of background noise is coming from your.
Okay.
Just mute yourself if you have any doubt. Just
Yeah. Sure.
the accounting is completed. If you click on view accounting, you can see your expenses account will be debited and then liability account is credited. If you drop down this, um, here we will get the journal informations actually. Okay, it is here. Journal line number 1, journal line number 2. If you click on view T accounts, It will open the ledger actually. You see, in school we will, in the accounts we will put one, we will use the two side, right? Left side is debit and right side is credit in the accounts book in 11th 12th, remember? Hello.
Yes, Monish.
Yeah, so
Yes, I
that
do
is this
remember that.
T. Yeah, that is this T accounts.
Okay.
Okay, now this accounting is completed. What I need to show you is I will go to GL and then I will show you the accounting entry from GL for this invoice. Manage journals, click on search. Today's date 2000. See, it is posted. We posted from our subledger
See.
accounts payable and then we transfer this to AP.
Yeah.
If you open this, it will take you to the journal page. And then now we have the good functionality here is, see, this is 2000, this is 2000. By seeing this, I could see the journal badges payables and then categories purchase invoice. Okay.
Okay.
But I don't know what is the invoice number from this as a GL user, because the person who views this, he will be GL user, GL person, right? GL accountant. He will not be able to view the, he will not able to know the what is the invoice, those things. So if he clicks on this 2000, there is hyperlink, right? You see
Yeah,
this
yeah.
in the amount, it will take you to the transaction. From GL it will
Okay.
take you to the AP. So in this page it is showing that this is invoice and then invoice number. Okay, if I click on view transaction from GL, it will open the AP invoice screen.
Okay.
See,
Yes.
so this is how we drill down from GL to subledger. So this is not only for AP. Whatever transaction comes in the GL, if you click on that, it will take you to the from which subledger this transaction came.
Okay.
If
Fine.
you if you click on view journal entry, it will show some entry actually. Same entry only, but it will show in the different format, I think. See, with ledger name, description. In the description, we could see the supplier details, everything, transaction details,
Yes.
ledger attributes, sequence, additional information, everything. If you click on view transaction, it will open the invoice. Okay. So now if I click on validated, it shows accounting is done, complete, validated, payment is unpaid. Now pay in full. Okay. So in payment, we have two options. This is invoice workbench. Whatever we work it here, this is invoice workbench. This
Okay.
is in payables, this is invoice workbench. If you go here, this is invoice dashboard. If you go here,
Okay.
this is invoice workbench. That is why if I cancel this, see invoice workbench. You
Okay.
can see in the tab name, right? Now I will go to home page. If I go here, payments, this is payments. If I go to create payments from this page, payment details, this is payment. This is also payment. But what is the difference between doing it from invoice workbench and this payment in payment screen is, if I make payment from here, invoice actions pay in full, I'm going to make payment only for this particular invoice, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
There
if
could
I'm
be
going,
one or
yeah,
more
yeah,
invoices from the same supplier.
for the same, even I will choose the supplier name, address will be defaulted. I will choose the bank account which we created, payment method, everything is coming. Let's say the standard check format. Now payment document check payments. If I click on plus, it will show all the invoices which is available for this supplier. So as of now, we have only one this invoice which is validated. That is why it is showing only one invoice.
Okay. The validated invoice only.
Only we can make the payment, yes.
Okay.
So if I click on apply, it will create an invoice. It will, sorry, it will create a payment.
Okay.
Okay, this is from payment workbench.
Okay.
So this is from online payment where we can directly paying to this particular invoice only.
Okay.
Okay, now I will choose standard check, payment document, ADB check payments. Payment number is 2. This is coming from our bank accounts, correct? In the bank accounts, we created the check, right? That number.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will click on submit. Payment will be created.
Okay.
So payment 2 for 2000 has been created. If you click on validated, payment is done. Now
Okay.
what I will do, I'll go to manage payments. I will search with today's date so that I will see it here. Uh, and let me choose our BU, yeah, BU.
And also we can search our supplier there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, this two. Go inside this payment. Okay. Now post to ledger. We are accounting this payment in payments. View accounting. So here our liability is getting debit and then our cash clearing is getting credit. Now if I go to manage journals, mm, search, what is that payment entry? Yeah, this one. See, payments. Hello?
Yeah. Yes, Manish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any doubts?
No. It's fine.
Okay. Now I have shown you the basic scenarios like creating one standard invoice and making the payment and checking the invoices from the GL and subledger. Now, in AP level, the transaction is only 4: standard, prepayment, debit memo, credit memo. Only these 4 transaction types only we have it in the AP. Apart from that, we won't get any transaction types.
Okay.
Okay, I mean a standard is just a standard invoice.
Okay.
Prepayment is like when we receive any advance, that time we will use this prepayment. Debit memo, credit memo is nothing but to reduce the supplier balance. If you see
Okay.
my yesterday session, you will
Yeah.
get to know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what we will do is tomorrow we will complete all these things and we will make the payment and we will see the things in, and then we
Yeah.
will wrap up the AP and then we'll go to FA module or AR module.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, Manish.
Can you recap this and then try to create some invoices
Yeah.
and
Sure.
then okay, just
Okay.
play around.
Yeah.
Or you want me to continue with some other topics?
Yeah. It's fine. We can go to other topics also, but this is also fine. I can do. Like I
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Okay. Take care. Bye. Tomorrow we
Okay.
will
Okay, Manish.
continue.
Yeah, Manish. Have a great night. Bye.